Hello Quizheads, welcome to Takeaway Trivia, episode number 256. I'm Leon, your quizmaster from Hereford, UK, and this is another edition of your pub quiz in a podcast. Yes, 4 more rounds of bar trivia coming your way, and to get underway, skip ahead using the time codes in the show notes. Before that though, some time for a few very quick hellos. And Alice Lewis says, shout out to my friends who live in the Central Coast. Chris, Jade and Wallace. They play every week and Jade is hoping to beat Wallace this week all the way in the Central Coast in Australia. Sam Griffiths says, shout out to my friend James who is in the Royal Navy. He loves listening to your quiz, which have passed many boring hours on his long commutes to and from base. This is from his driving mate Sam. Hello to you both. Darren Taylor says we're a pub quiz team from Derby called the Derby Chasers. The team consists of Daz, G.I. Joe, Wilco, Will the Book of Ra and Notepad Andy. Always got to take a notepad to a pub quiz. I'm guilty of doing that. Darren says, can we have some more connections round, please? I think you mean Quizlinks rounds. I'll see what I can do. Also, hello to Bruno, who says, shout out to my quiz team known as the Gang Without Inspiration. We're going to be travelling to Switzerland to support the Belgian team in the World Championship Biathlon. A big thanks to Innie and Tom, who introduced us to Tat, and my wife Lottie to complete our team and know things nobody can know. That sounds mysterious. What are these secret things? Good luck in the World Championship, guys. I always get slightly nervous when I see Michael's name pop up in the inbox. Michael Harmstone's been on. He says, in 254, we were asked the names of the capitals of BC, Hong Kong, and the Seychelles, which is Victoria. However, Victoria was never officially the capital of Hong Kong, and now it's back under China's rule. It is just a city-state, essentially, so the capital is just Hong Kong. Thank you for pointing that out, Michael. And Steph Clark says, my 2 sons, Brooklyn and Emmett, would love to propose something for your correction section. In episode 255, the 54321 question, you asked us to name the first 4 Pixar films to get a sequel. One of the answers you gave was Monsters, Inc., saying that the sequel was of course, Monsters University. That is, however, a prequel. Dun, dun, dun. I can't dispute that, can I? I really can't. I kind of meant which were the first 4 Pixar films to get follow-ups. But can I worm my way out of that? No. Give yourself a bonus point. Well done, Brooklyn and Emmett. They also say, if we're being particular, Toy Story 2 got a sequel before Cars, as Toy Story 3 was released before Cars 2. I'm not giving you that one. Toy Story 2 is the sequel to Toy Story. Toy Story 3 makes it a trilogy. I love pedantry, but that's a step too far. Love it though. Thank you for keeping me on my toes. James, Steph, Brooklyn and Emmett Clark. Good stuff. All right, let's get underway with this week's episode. We've got the Final Fling on the way. We'll be playing a round of Quizlinks. Hopefully Darren Taylor and the Derby Chasers will enjoy that. 54321 is back, but first of all, let's play General Knowledge. Good luck. As with every week, round number 1 is your general knowledge round, 10 questions of mixed bag potluck trivia, starting with question number 1. Who has succeeded Steve Rogers as Captain America in the brand new film Captain America Brave New World? Number 1. Who has succeeded Steve Rogers as Captain America in the brand new film Brave New World? Number 2, which is the only USA state capital that includes the name of the state? So number 2, which is the only USA state capital that includes the name of the state in its name? Number 3, what does the Roman numeral M, that's M for mother, signify? Number 3, what does the Roman numeral M signify? Number 4, who is the Lev Yashin Award given to at the end of each FIFA World Cup? Number 4, who is the Lev Yashin Award given to at the end of each FIFA World Cup? I know it's given to players at the end of the men's FIFA World Cup. I'm not 100% sure about the women's. Number 5, which chess piece can only move diagonally? Number 5, which chess piece can only move diagonally? Number 6, Melton Mowbray is famous for what type of pie? Just had one, actually. Number 6. Melton Mowbray is famous for what type of pie? Number 7. Which Hollywood actress provides the voice of Homer Simpson's mother, Mona? Number 7. Which Hollywood actress provides the voice of Homer Simpson's mother, Mona? She's been in about 11 episodes so far. Number 8. By what name is the upper portion of the skull known? Number 8. By what name is the upper portion of the skull known? Number 9. Tequila is named after a town in which country? Number 9. Tequila is named after a town in which country? And number 10. Which Asian country was formerly known as Persia? Number 10. Which Asian country was formerly known as Persia? That's your 10 questions on general knowledge. I'll have the answers for those after round number 2. This week for round number 2, question number 1 is worth 5 points. Question 2 is worth 4 points. 3 is worth 3 points. Question 4 is for 2 points. And question 5 is worth just 1 point. That is why I call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this question is worth 5 points. Feel free to pause the podcast if you need more time to write some answers down. But question number 1, according to the most recent census data available, what are the 5 most populated countries in South America? Number 1, according to the most recent census data available, as of February 2025, what are the 5 most populated countries in South America? If it's a clue, the top answer has 216 million people living there. Question number 2, what are the 4 top-selling sports, shoe and trainer brands in Great Britain? This is from data from 2023. So number 2, what were the 4 top-selling sports, shoe and trainer brands in Great Britain in 2023? We're looking for the names of the brands, not specific shoe models. So Air Force One, for instance, not an answer. Is Air Force One a shoe? Have I just made that up? Number 3, what are the 3 national parks located within Wales called? Question number 3, what are the 3 national parks located in Wales called? Number 4, released in 2004, the song Drop It Like It's Hot was a collaboration between which 2 music acts? Number 4, released in 2004, the song Drop It Like It's Hot was a collaboration between which 2 music acts? And finally, on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 this week, number 5, the heat-proof sleeve on the outside of a disposable coffee cup is called a zarf, Z-A-R-F. So question number 5, false or true, the heat-proof sleeve on the outside of a disposable coffee cup is called a zarf. You know that little slip of paper or cardboard you get when you go to Starbucks or Costa that you slip around the actual cup? Is that called a zarf? That's your 5 questions on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answers to those after round number 3. However, I promised you answers to round 1. So here they are. Number 1, who succeeded Steve Rogers as Captain America in Brave New World? Sam Wilson. Number 2, what is the only USA state capital that includes the name of the state Oklahoma City? Number 3, what does the Roman numeral M signify? 1000. 4, who is the Lev Yashin Award given to at the end of each FIFA World Cup? Best goalkeeper. Number 5, which chess piece can move only diagonally? The bishop. Number 6, Melton Mowbray is famous for what type of pie? Pork pie. 7, which Hollywood actress provides the voice of Homer Simpson's mother, Mona? Glenn Close. Number 8, by what name is the upper portion of the skull known? The cranium. Number 9, tequila is named after a town in which country? Mexico. And number 10, which Asian country was formerly known as Persia? Iran. Onwards to round number 3. This week, it's the return of Quizlinks. I'm going to give you 5 general knowledge questions, and then for a 6 point, ask you to explain the link that you should discover between your answers, assuming you get them correct. Question number 1. What does a Fletcher make? Question 1. What does a Fletcher make? Number 2. The pilchard is a member of which fish family? Number 2. The pilchard is a member of which fish family? Number 3. Durin III, the first bearer of one of the 7 rings in The Lord of the Rings, was a member of which race? Do you know what? I've written Durin III. I'm guessing that's Durin III, isn't it? So number 3, Durin III, the first bearer of one of the 7 rings in The Lord of the Rings, was a member of which race? Long-time listeners will know I have never watched the Lord of the Rings films, but I hope I've read that correctly. Number 4, between 2000 and 2006, which Ferris wheel was the world's tallest? Number 4, between 2000 and 2006, which Ferris wheel was the world's tallest? Number 5, Matt Murdock is better known as which Marvel hero? Question number 5, Matt Murdock is better known as which Marvel hero? And number 6, what is the link between all your answers? Number 6, what is the link between all of your answers?
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Oh, it's such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 45% off select styles. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia. Your answers then to round number 2. It was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 1, according to the most recent census data available, what are the 5 most populated countries in South America? The most populated is Brazil with over 216 million people recorded. Next is Colombia with 52.2 million. Argentina has 46.044 million. Peru has over 33 million, nearly 34 million. And Venezuela has 32.2 million people. Number 2, what were the 4 top-selling sports shoe trainer brands in Great Britain in 2023? Or sneakers, I guess, in America. So Nike is top with sales of 8.6 million. Adidas is second with 6.7 million. Puma comes third with 2.3 million. Is Puma like an international brand or is that quite unique to Britain? I don't know. And in 4th place, Converse with 2.1 million. Converse has been my shoe of choice since I was about 16. I do dip into the occasional pair of Vans as well. But yeah, I do love a Converse. It's got to be Chuck Taylors as well. Number 3, what are the 3 national parks located within Wales? The Brecon Beacons, which are now better known as Banau Breconiog. That's their sort of Welsh name, which the Welsh government is promoting them more as these days, but they are known as the Brecon Beacons. The Pembrokeshire coast is there, and Snowdonia is third. The Welsh name for Snowdonia, Eryri, I think it is, Eryri. But there you go, Brecon Beacons, Pembrokeshire coast, and Snowdonia. Number 4, released in 2004, the song Drop It Like It's Hot was a collaboration between which 2 musical acts, Snoop Dogg and Pharrell Williams. And number 5, the heat-proof sleeve on the outside of a disposable coffee cup is called a zarf. That is true. And I think it was invented by a Starbucks employee. They came up with the idea and Starbucks was like, wow, this is going to save us a fortune, rather than just putting another cup over the top to keep it cooler. So there we go, true, it's a zarf. Your answers to Quizlinks. Number 1, what does a Fletcher make? Arrows. Number 2, the pilchard is a member of which fish family? Herring. Number 3, Durin III was the first bearer of one of the 7 rings in Lord of the Rings, a member of which race? Dwarves. Number 4, between 2000 and 2006, which Ferris wheel was the world's tallest? The London Eye. And number 5, Matt Murdock is better known as which Marvel hero? Daredevil. So you've had arrows, herring, dwarf, London Eye, Daredevil. What's the link? You can have red arrows, red herring, red dwarf, red eye flights, if you're coming across the Atlantic, and the Red Devil from Manchester United, I guess. So yeah, red. Red was the link we were looking for. They're words that can all be associated with the colour red. Well done if you got that right. Okay, all 3 rounds done. That means it's time to move onwards to the final round. Here we are then at the final round of this week's podcast. It's your Final Fling, 15 questions of general knowledge trivia, however, a little bit more difficult than previous questions. Let's start at the beginning. Makes sense, doesn't it? Number 1. Which country is the sport of curling generally accepted to have originated in? Number 1. In which country is the sport of curling generally accepted to have originated? Number 2. In what year did Columbus discover, and I say that in quotation marks, America? Because obviously there was already people there. So number 2. In what year did Columbus discover America? Number 3. What space shuttle was built to replace the Challenger? Now, NASA fans, I know the word space shuttle there is slightly wrong. It's actually an orbiter. The space shuttle is the whole units with the tank and jet propulsion bits as well. So which orbiter was built to replace the Challenger? Obviously, they're more commonly known as space shuttles to the general public. Number 4, in which year was Bitcoin first released? Question 4, in which year was Bitcoin first released? Question number 5. Kosciuszko is the highest mountain in which southern hemisphere country? Number 5. Kosciuszko is the highest mountain in which southern hemisphere country? Number 6. Which is the only city in the UK county of Wiltshire? Number 6. Which is the only city in the UK county of Wiltshire? Question number 7. What does a plangonologist collect? That's P-L-A-N-G-O-N-O-L-I-S-T. Question number 7. What does a plangonologist collect? Number 8. Which US state is home to the majority of Yellowstone National Park? Number 8. Which US state is home to the majority of the Yellowstone National Park? Number 9. Fictional superhero Batman is known as the Caped what? Question number 9. Fictional superhero Batman is known as the Caped what? Number 10. How old was Elvis Presley when he died? Number 10. How old was Elvis Presley when he died? Number 11. In which decades were postcodes first introduced to Britain? Number 11. In which decade were postcodes first introduced in Britain? Number 12. Vectis was the Roman name for which part of the UK? Question 12. Vectis was the Roman name for which part of the UK? Number 13. Who did Debbie Rowe marry in 1996? Number 13. Who did Debbie Rowe marry in 1996? Number 14. What is the capital of Trinidad and Tobago? Number 14, what is the capital of Trinidad and Tobago? And finally this week, number 15, Eton School is found in which UK county? Number 15, Eton School is found in which UK county? That's it, your 15 questions on this week's final round. Feel free to review your answers at this point. Pause the podcast if needed. But when you're ready, we'll find out the answers after this short break.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you always get more than you expect every day. So even if gas prices go up, you can buy a double cheeseburger and add a McChicken for $1. Or before game time, you can get $5 meal deals for the group. And if breakfast is about to end, get deals in the app to save before the bell. The choice is yours, and the choice with McValue is always more.
Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Must opt into rewards for app deals.
This episode is brought to you by Nerds Gummy Clusters, the sweet treat that always elevates the vibe. With a sweet gummy surrounded with tangy, crunchy nerds, every bite of Nerds Gummy Clusters brings you a whole new world of flavor. Whether it's game night, on the way to a concert, or kicking back with your crew, unleash your senses with Nerds Gummy Clusters.
Welcome back to Takeaway Trivia. You're here to find out how you've done on the Final Fling, I'm guessing. So let's do it. Number 1, which country is the sport of curling generally accepted to have originated in? That was Scotland. I think that's the one Olympic sport I might have a chance at. Number 2, in what year did Columbus discover America? I say discover loosely, of course there was already people there. 1492. Number 3, what space shuttle was built to replace the Challenger, the Endeavour? Number 4, in which year was Bitcoin first released? 2009. I remember reading a Wired article all about it in around about 2010, and I had an old computer sat there doing nothing, and I thought, maybe I should have a go at this. And I didn't, because I was lazy. Kind of regretting that now. Question number 5. Kosciuszko is the highest mountain in which southern hemisphere country? Australia. I hope I've pronounced that right. I'm sure I'll be told if I haven't. Good luck to my inbox. Number 6. What is the only city in the county of Wiltshire? Salisbury, however you pronounce that. Number 7. What does a plangonologist connect? That's dolls. Ooh, that's creepy. Imagine going into a room where there's just loads of dolls everywhere. What was I watching the other day where a woman had loads of dolls? Oh, Only Murders in the Building. They went to Steve Martin's sister's house in the story, and she had loads of dolls everywhere. Creepy as heck. Number 8, which US state is home to the majority of Yellowstone National Park? Well, there's bits of it in Montana and Idaho, but most of it is in Wyoming. So Wyoming was the answer I was looking for. Number 9, fictional character Batman is known as the Cape's what? The Caped Crusader. 12, how old was Elvis Presley when he died? 42. At my stage in life, that seems so young now, so young. Number 11, in which decade were postcodes first introduced in Britain? The 1960s, 1968 to be precise. 12, Vectis was the Roman name for which part of the UK? Isle of Wight. Number 13, who did Debbie Rowe marry in 1996? Michael Jackson. 14, what is the capital of Trinidad and Tobago? The Port of Spain. And 15, Eton School is found in which county? Berkshire. There you go, that's your 15 on the Final Fling. Hope it's a successful week for you. Hope you've done well. Don't forget to like, follow or subscribe wherever you get this podcast from for free to get trivia delivered direct to your ears every Monday. I'll leave you with one final tat fact. Did you know that ants don't have lungs? They breathe through spiracles. That's 9 or 10 tiny openings, depending on the species. Okay, Quizheads, have a great week. Have a safe week. And we'll quiz again soon. Take care. I hope you're enjoying Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget we're now available wherever you get your podcasts, so please subscribe, rate and review to help this quiz grow. Also, if there's anything you would like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Threads at Bar Wars. Finally, we're also available on YouTube, youtube.com/@takeawaytrivia. Happy quizzing! The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incompetech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.